Shalom, brothers and sisters. Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you from YAHUAH the Father and Yahushua our Mashiach, his voice. Hear, O Yasharal. YAHUAH our mighty one, he is one YAHUAH. This is Brother David coming again to bring you Job. Here's the question: who's in control? And this is part 2. Job answered that question for us in part 1. YAHUAH is in control. Did you notice that the master of the universe was bragging about Job to Satan? How perfect and how upright he is. What about us who are keeping the laws, the statutes, the judgments, the commandments? We love his name. We keep his ways. Yet we're going through so much adversity, sickness, pain. Our family members have turned against us. Some of us, even our husbands or our wives, have turned against us. Our children have lost their minds. Yet we're keeping his commandments. We're serving him to the best of our ability. Everything that we learn, we apply it to our life. And still we're going through trouble? Could it be that YAHUAH is bragging about you? Well, brothers and sisters, we have a template on how to function when you come up against adversity. Fall down on your hands and knees and worship. What did he say? Naked have I come into the world. Naked shall I return. YAHUAH has given. YAHUAH has taken away. That tells you who's in control, correct? But blessed be the name of YAHUAH. What did he say? Whether he gives to me or whether he takes away from me, I will still bless the name of YAHUAH. That should be your statement. Now we know that Satan is heated. Job didn't fall for any of the schemes. Now I have to go back to the mighty one in failure. Let's see what the accuser has to say this time. Job chapter 2, verse 1 to 4. Again, a second time, there was a day when the sons of the mighty one came to present themselves before YAHUAH. And Satan came also among them to present himself before YAHUAH. Verse 2. And YAHUAH said unto Satan, Where are you coming from? And Satan answered YAHUAH and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Verse 3. And YAHUAH said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth me, and escheweth evil? And still he holdeth fast to his integrity, although thou moved me against him to destroy him without a cause. Verse 4. Here comes the accuser again. And Satan answered YAHUAH and said, Okay, skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. Verse 5. But if you put forth your hand right now and touch his bone and his flesh, he will curse thee to thy face. Verse 6. And YAHUAH said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. Perimeters were set again. The only thing that Job has is himself. Satan was given permission to touch his health. He couldn't kill him, but he wanted to make him suffer. Verse 7. So went Satan forth from the presence of YAHUAH and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot until his crown. Verse 8. And he took, who took? Job. Took him potsherds to scrape himself withal. He had these pussy boils all over his body. He broke some pottery and he was scraping. Think about it. He's scraping the scabs, the pussy scabs off. It must have gave him some relief. And he sat down among the ashes. Verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, note, Satan pulled out the big dogs. He pulled out the nuclear weapon. Who did he send this time? The wife. He said, surely this is going to work this time. I'm going to come through the woman to destroy Job, just like I went through the woman to destroy Adam. Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Why don't you just curse YAHUAH and die? Can you believe that? All right, let's look on the other side of this. She was definitely deceived. But in her mind and in her heart, she thought she was telling Job something that would end his suffering. Curse the mighty one, get it over with, and die. Here's Job's reply. Verse 10. But he said unto her, you speak as one of the foolish women speak. What are you saying here? Shall we receive good at the hand of the mighty one? And shall we not receive evil? Look what it says there in black. And all this did not Job sin with his lips. He did not transgress the law. Let me just paint a picture for you, okay, so you can see how this went down. He's sitting there in the ashes with a piece of sharp pottery in his hand. He's scraping the scabs off the boils. Pus and blood is flowing. When she looked at him, most likely she thought, because she was deceived. Who deceived her? Satan. Who was using her? Satan. She thought that she was having compassion. What did she say? Just curse YAHUAH, get it over with, and die. End your suffering. Job didn't fall for this scheme either. He kept his integrity. You know, Satan must be heated, right? Everything he threw at this guy, it did not work. In comes 3 friends. Verse 11. Now when Job's 3 friends heard all this evil that was come upon him, they came every one from his own place. Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite. For they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him and to comfort him. Verse 12. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off, they didn't even know who he was. They lifted up their voice and wept. And they tore their clothes and sprinkled dust upon their heads towards heaven. Listen, verse 13. So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights. Good friends. And none of them spake a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was great. We're going to end Job here, but let me tell you about the 3 friends. The 3 friends did not understand what was happening. They said to Job, "You must have done something wrong for YAHUAH to treat you this way." Here comes the conspiracy theories. Fake news. Job now is thinking in his mind, he's examining himself. He can't find anything that he could have possibly done wrong. This must have caused great anxiety for him, because now he's thinking that I was the cause of my children dying. I am the cause of all of my substance being taken away. What is it that I could have done? Yet, throughout all of that, he still did not lose his integrity. And we know what the end was. These same 3 friends, YAHUAH used to bless him. They brought cattle, sheep, goats, camels. They probably gave Job their daughters so that he can have more children. And his substance was greater than before. Brothers and sisters, just because you keep the law, statutes, judgments, and commandments does not mean that trouble will not come upon you. What is important? What will your response be? Will it be like Job? Naked have I came into the world, and naked shall I return. YAHUAH has given, and YAHUAH is taken away. Blessed be the name of YAHUAH. Would it be like in verse 10 here? Shall we not receive good at the hand of the Mighty One, and not receive evil? In all this he kept his integrity. What am I showing you, though? Satan could not touch this righteous man. He cannot touch you. If you're outside of the hedge of protection, you're fair game. He doesn't need permission to destroy you. You're already a covenant breaker. If you return to YAHUAH, he shall return to you. Continue to part 3 so I can show you more of the workings in heaven. Shalom.